When you're an outsider, it's easier to be a disruptor because you don't know the rules, you don't know the players, you don't know how it's been done before. So you're coming into a space doing things instinctively the way you think they should be done without any notion of how it's been done before. And so you're disrupting without even knowing you're disrupting. I'm Brandice Daniel. I'm the CEO and founder of Harlems Fashion Row. I am 43 years old, and I am disrupting the fashion industry by making sure that designers of color are seen, heard, and supported.
In 2005, you moved from Memphis to New York and happily ended up in Harlem. How did that space influence your career?
Harlem at the time was bubbling up with so much creativity. There were so many new businesses that were opening. There was this like young professional black scene. Everywhere you went, it was like people were working on their next idea. It was incredible, and it is incredible. Like I still have that feeling when I'm in Harlem that anything is possible. For years, the fashion industry has looked to the black community for inspiration when it comes to style, fashion. A lot of times, even what you see from a collection, it's inspired by the streets of Harlem or by certain people in the music industry. And it really is a huge disparity when you look at, how much black culture has inspired fashion, but how few black people are actually behind the scenes creating the fashion that we see. No one wanted to talk about race in fashion. Not black people, not white people, no one wanted to talk about it. It was a very uncomfortable conversation for anyone to have, whether it was a black designer or other non-blacks who were in the industry. No one really wanted to have that conversation. So it was really, really tough in the beginning.
When you got to New York, is that when you realized the disparity in the fashion industry and the fact that there were so few designers of color?
My aha moment was in 2009 when I started to search for designers of color to be in our second fashion show. And when I could only find 4 or 5, I knew that something was completely wrong. And the more I started to dig and the more research I started to do, I realized this was actually the case. There is clearly something wrong here. And I knew that I had found my purpose, and I, at that point, understood why I had to start Harlems Fashion Row. Of course, now over time, designers of color are really thrilled that HFR exists because our goal is how do we, create that bridge and create opportunities for them. For the first 5 years, I funded a lot of it with my 9 to 5. It was bootstrapping. Bare essentials of bootstrapping is what it was. So in 2017, that was the hardest year we had ever had. That was when I paused and I had come up with something that I thought, okay, this is the answer. This is the solution. I want to bring together designers with a brand to do a collaboration. I remember someone calling me. It was very vague about this athletic brand who was interested in working with these black designers. I got some paperwork through and it was a swoosh on it. And the next day I was on the line with the brand manager for LeBron James at Nike.
How did that Nike partnership open the door for other companies?
I think when other companies saw that partnership, it was such a different and unique partnership that I think brands started to say, oh, wait a minute, this is something that we've never thought about doing before. There could be a great opportunity for us to work with black designers as well.
Welcome to the HFR movement.
It will make all the difference in the world. And to decide that there is no plan B. You have to be so laser focused on plan A, not giving yourself any out. And that's the way you really make change and make a difference.